Well, everyone, it's time to get started on this back glass and see if we can't do something with it besides make a mess out of it. Let's see, you can see we have quite a bit missing, and I'm gonna see what I can do with it before I decide whether I'm gonna order one or not. If I can get this pretty much squared away and looking decent, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll use it the way it is because it's not going to be a perfect machine. We're just going to make it look as best as we can without dumping $1,000 into it. Because I know Lightning, it's not a very desirable or big desirable game, but it is a nice game. First thing I'll do is I will get the back side of this all cleaned up. See if I can get that without dropping it. I'll wipe it off. I'll lose a little bit more. Not worried about the black. Black's easy. It's these other colors that we have to. There's only, and now I can flip it back over and show you. There's only 3 colors that we have to work on. The black, which is right there, no big deal. And the white, which is more of a cream than anything. Okay, so there's 4. The orange, which now, see, most of that on him is all white. None of the orange is missing. But we have yellow to contend with, and I hate mixing yellow. The cream's not going to be bad at all, and you know, black's right out of the bottle, so we won't have too many problems with that. And I'll probably do the black first just to get it out of the way. There's a little bit, I don't know if it's not really black in the sword. Almost, I don't know. We'll see I'll put a little black on it and see what it looks like. But over here you can see that's going to be mainly cream on that sword, on the big sword. And also down in, that's a shield. That shield, which is right down there in the bottom corner. Right there. Mostly all of that's going to be that cream too. It seems like the cream color and the yellow is what really took the hit the worst on this one. The black is finally starting to. But I'm going to clean this all up. See how much of this dirt I can get off of this. And then I'm going to touch it up, and then we'll clear coat it. I could clear coat it and then touch up over my clear coat, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do it that way. The molding here I can take off on either side, but I'm not pissing with that bottom rail. Every time I have tried that, I either break a back glass or it's just, you end up ruining it. So I'll leave it on. It'll be fine down there. But I will take off the molding here and here. I think there was supposed to be one on the top as well. It slides up in there. Now, but let me get this cleaned up and we'll take a look at it, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to go ahead and clear coat it to save everything that's on it the way it is, and then touch up on top of my clear coat. Okay, cleaned her up. Lost a little more paint, but I knew that was going to happen, but I needed to clean it up so we have a good surface to work with. First thing I'm going to work on is I'll do my black, since the black is really easy to do. I'll do it. I think I just did this. but that's all right. And I lost some more of those little flakes that were just kind of stuck to it a little bit. Yeah, I just did that one. Well, it was already coming up, but I just kind of helped it along. So I may have to do a little blue with that. That one's going to be kind of different, but I'll see what I can do about matching that up and making it look decent anyway. We'll do what we can, and then we'll see how it turns out when we're done. So let me go ahead, goat head, and let me get my black, and then we'll come back and start mixing up some paint for some other colors, so see if we can get a pretty close match. Now with our black done, I think we're going to go with this cream color all through here, because that'll be the biggest part. Once I get that done, I'll be able to see everything else, my yellow and everything. And I have 3 here that are, well, we have a vanilla cream, which is pretty close. And then I have this other one here, that's another vanilla cream. No wonder that one looks so good. And this Riviera tan, which is, let me, no. That's a no. Let's see what this vanilla cream looks like. My God, that looks pretty good right out of the bottle. Let's put a little bit of this on and see what it looks like on the back glass. We'll get rid of those 2. Have some pure white, but so if we have to lighten it up, we can lighten it up. Alright, let me put a little bit of this vanilla cream on. Let's see, let's try it right down in here, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm sorry about the glare. But yeah, let's do it right down in here on this hand, on this guy's arm, or woman's arm, excuse me. Can do a little bit on her face too, and we can see what that looks like. You can see I did her face a little bit, and right here doesn't look too bad. It looks like I'll have to go over it a little bit to take out some of the white clear through it, but and I'm not afraid of screwing this up because it's already screwed up. So whatever it comes out like, if I like it, fine, I'll put it back in. If it turns out like crap, I'll order a new glass, but which I really don't want to. So let me get all of our cream in, and we'll go from there. The yellow, like I said, the yellow is not going to be too awful bad. I hate mixing yellow, but it is what it is. And after cleaning it, I do have a few other colors now I have to do because I wiped off some paint. But I decided to paint first and then clear coat over it, and that'll protect all my work, or mess. Probably going to be mess. But you can see there's a lot to do on this. Went right through the middle. Bad part about it is a lot of this that I'm going to be covering up painting is actually where light comes through. So I'm afraid it's going to look a little blotchy. Over the black's no big deal, that there's no light shines through it, but these light areas that are peeling, that are coming up, that's everywhere that light shines through. So we want to kind of get a happy medium. We want it to look good on the outside, but we don't want it too thick to where when you turn the machine on, you have a lot of blotchy areas because you got too much paint on it. So now it's time to get busy and get this painted. I'll do the cream, and then we'll come back and do the yeller, do old yeller stain. Little secret on touching up. If you buy enough paint, you don't have to mix very many. As you can see, every time I'm at Hobby Lobby, and the little bottom one's full too, and the big one, I have big bottles in there. Every time I go to Hobby Lobby, I look at the paint and try and remember what I have at home, and I pick up more colors. So eventually I'll have every stinking color they have, because, you know, the acrylic paint's only like 89 cents, and most of the time when I go in and buy paint, it's 89 cents a bottle and 30% off. I've even been in where it's buy one get one free. So I just keep buying, and eventually I have every color, and then when it comes time to mixing colors, I don't have to mix much. You know, like this, I can just use it right out of the bottle in my little cup. And if it's too dark, you can just add a little white. You know, you don't have to make that color. You can just improve on it if you need to, just like any of these. If you don't have the right color, just improve on it and mix a little bit. Just take a look and see what you have as far as colors go and what mixes good. These help a lot. A pocket color wheel. Here's another one. And then color mixing recipes for oil and acrylics, because I'm no artist. My sister is the artist in the family. She went to art school, went to college down in Pittsburgh for art. And then she figured out she didn't want to do art, so she did something else. Problem is she lives in Idaho, so I can't have her come down and paint everything for me. So I have to learn on my own and paint everything. So now let me get some cream in, and we'll go from there and see how it looks. Now I got my one color done. Well, I may still put another coat on it. I see some thin areas, you know, especially up in here. I see some thin areas I want to fill in. But, and you can see I tested a little yellow here. Let me get this without breaking it. And as you can see, we got kind of a nice thing going on. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's not going to look great, but it's going to look decent. So right there, you can see where I tested the yellow to see what it was going to look like, and that it's pretty close too. But looks like our cream, we're going to have to add a little bit more just to kind of, I just want to get rid of a little bit of those light spots. So when it does light up, it doesn't look real blotchy. It will look, you know, it's going to be kind of a dark area where I paint, because I don't think the light's going to shine through it too well. But hey, that's the way it goes when you get them when they're like this. Once I get some yellow on it and get that all filled in, we can put it in and turn it on and see what it's going to look like. I think it'll look good. Then I started on the cabinet. Started touching up on the cabinet. I got all the black done on the cabinet here and through here. I was working on yellow a little bit, but I wasn't really happy with the color of yellow that I had picked out. I think my original sunrise yellow, damn near fell off my stool. My regular, oh, just yellow, old yeller stain. I think the old yeller stain's going to look better on that. I'm going to try a little area on here too. You can see some of my mess I did down in here. But I'm going to try just that regular yellow up in an area here. That's where it'd really stick out like a sore thumb. And we'll see what it looks like. But this side I got all my black in. And like I said, I kind of started working on the yellow. Wasn't happy with it, but I was getting tired. This is the side. It's going to be loads of fun. And I figured I'd put two of these in here, doing the cabinet and the back glass, since there's not too many colors, and we're not going to spend a whole lot of time videoing, so I'll get two of them done at once. I scrubbed this down before I started painting, and I haven't scrubbed the front, and we'll do the front up too once I find the colors I like. You know, it's what's nice about acrylics is if you don't like it, wipe it off. But yellow really sucks because it's so light. Everything shows through it, so you got to put a lot of yellow on to get anything to cover. So let me work on my yellow here, and then I'll bring you back and show you how the yellow is turning out. Alright, I thought I wouldn't bore you with a lot of crap in between, but I went ahead and got everything touched up and got our yellow in. There's a little bit more yellow in there I can do. I don't know if I'm going to or not. It all depends on how I feel about it. Let's see. Yep, the yellow, the cream, and a little bit of red here and there is all I'm doing. And I am going to call this good. I'll let you... Got pretty close on the match. Still, see, there's a lot of cream right in through there that I don't know, I'm just getting kind of tired of looking at this thing, tell you the truth. You're going to see little blotches where I touched up. Big areas aren't so bad. It's when you start trying to touch up just little pinholes is when you get these little blotches. That's why I hate doing them. This area down there be the woman's chest area. I don't know, I may go ahead and fill that in, or I may just call it good. Okay, that's the back glass. I think I'm going to be about done with that. Cabinet, I got my black done and blue done on this side, which matched up pretty well. I still have my yellow. Yellow is really tough because it seems to be so thin that you have to put on so much to get anywhere. And I haven't really come up with a good yellow yet. This was done before I got it. So we'll see. I need to really work on a good yellow to get it as close as I can. Because I got the blue decent. It's pretty close. It's a little Okay, let me see if I can get you honed in here. Yeah, you can see I'm just like one shade, maybe just a little bit of green off. This blue has a lot of green in it because when you combine green, or when you combine blue and yellow, you get green. And the cabinet was painted yellow and then the blue was put on, so it gives it this kind of a green tint. But that's as close as I could get mixing. The black, no big deal, you know, black right out of the bottle. Blue I had to mix up. Yellow, I'm going to have to do the same. You know, this yellow on the back glass is too bright for the cabinet. And I'm sure they were done the same. Head unit, I started working on it and got some, you know, just like I said, this isn't going to be perfect, but it is going to be decent looking. After I get this all touched up, I'll go ahead and clear coat it just to save what is on it. Now the other side, I want to give you a really good picture of what this side looks like. This is all before touching up. Nasty, huh? So I want to give you a really good view of what it looks like before I work on it. And then when we come back with the magic of video, I'll have all the black done and I'll show you what it looks like with all the black done. Now we got the black finished, which is the easiest because there's no color matching with the black. Just get your black in. Get your black on. Now we'll do the next easiest color, which is this blue. Let's see, the other side, I got the blue matched up pretty good on this side. Still working on the yellow. Yellow's the worst. But now I need to mix up my blue. Thank God I remembered how I made it. And we'll get all the blue done on this side. Saving the front for last, because once I get everything, I'm going to pull that door out, and I think I'm going to paint that door. Don't know yet. I'll clean it up and see how that door turns out. I know it's a little dark today. But first, I am going to get the blue. Get the blue in, and we'll see how that turns out. Should look okay. I mean, the black looks good. Might still be a few little spots here and there that I need to touch up as I'm doing blue. And I'll save the yellow for last and try to get something close. I really don't want to paint all the yellow in to make it. But, you know, if I have to, I will. That just means an awful lot of work. Even the blue's going to be an awful lot of work, getting all these yellow circles outlined in blue without making it look square or octagon. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some blue and we're going to get started on working on the blue, and I'll bring you back and show you how the progression of the blue. Finally. Got all the blue done. Had to paint almost the whole entire cabinet. On the back side here there was just a little bit of touch up, but up front here I had to completely repaint all the artwork. And now the fun part is trying to match up that stinking yellow. Having a hell of a time getting that yellow matched up. It's just there's a little bit of orange in it, but not much. And what I have is not close enough, so I'm gonna have to mix up some yellow to get it as close as I can. I really don't feel like painting all the yellow, but you never know. You might have to, just to get it to look right. The blue I matched up really well. That was easy, but I still had to paint almost all the blue. So let me see what I can come up with on yellow. Old yeller stain, and see if I can't get something close. Well, it looks good from a distance, and it's all colored in. Finally got some yellow. It's off. I cannot get that yellow to match. Just no way, no how. But it's colored, and when it's sitting next to another machine, you're not going to see a whole heck of a lot of it. You know, both sides. So we got our cabinet done. I'm not going to do anything with the face. At least not this time. Maybe later on when I have a little bit more time and I get caught up on a few other projects, I may go ahead and touch up the front of this. But it looks like a 1981. 40 years old. What do you expect? And we got everything working on the play field. And you want to see the back glass? You want to see how crappy of a job I did on it? Okay. And there's the back glass. You can see the light spot on the yellow by the guy's neck. That's original paint. You can see where the light would shine through it. The rest of it, and right at the sword. But if you were to just look at it, you would just think, okay, well, there's something going on there. But the rest of it, I think it looks good. For what we started with, I think it looks really good. The darker colors, it's not bad because it doesn't look real blotchy. I mean, you have to get right up on it. And you can see where I touched up. Like I said, if I would have known, I could have just colored that in too, and then it would, the whole lightning would have all blended in. But I spent enough time on it. And I think it turned out good. Good enough anyway. And I did talk with one of my subs too, and he has a game that does the same thing, that in between balls and after the game and start a game, these balls never come unlocked until you hit all the targets and unlock them. That was one of the reasons why we never had our switches telling us they were closed either. The only one that's stays closed is the one that the ball, one ball 33 switch. But yeah, and we got our sound. Had that nice short video on the sound. So we got our sound working. I have this set up fast. This machine plays really fast now. But yeah, like I said, cabinet, a lot better than what it was, and the back glass is a lot better than what it was. So I hope you enjoyed this series and this episode. And we'll have one more episode, and that's gameplay on this Lightning. And then we'll be finished and be starting a new project. So look forward to the new project, which the next project is electromechanical, an EM. And we'll get it all working. I'm kind of staggering them. I'm doing a solid state, and then an EM, then a solid state, and then an EM. But I do have some other things going on in the works here that you may see a series on. Just a little hint. Well, the one next to me is the one I'm working on right now. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed this whole series as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And we'll do one more, the gameplay, and then we'll be finished up. So until next time, see you on the next video. See ya.